This is Wesley, a cute rat boy with a typical long key hair. They work like antennas and serve him as orientation guide. And this is his colleague, Wilford. He has made himself comfortable in a tree trunk. The third member of the bunch, Wayne, investigates meanwhile whether excursions outside the enclosure would also be feasible. The three are lively and doing well in their large enclosure. There is no longer anything to indicate that they grew up in a narrow glass container next to hundreds of conspecifics in an animal research laboratory of the University of Zurich. The three actually come from the animal research laboratory of the Zurich University. Although these cage units are equipped beyond legal requirements and the animals also have occupational opportunities as compared to other laboratory animal husbandry, the housing conditions of the laboratory animals are not comparable with those of pet husbandry. The space available for these active animals in those cages is very limited, despite the minimum requirements being met. The curious and intelligent animals have little room to move and explore. This can lead to stressfulness and behavioral problems and may have detrimental effects on the research results. Thanks to the efforts of Pauline Irkhoff, the 3R coordinator for the University of Zurich, rats that are not used for experiments are placed via Swiss Animal Protection Organization SAP. There are relatively strict rules when it comes to selecting animals because we have genetically modified animals that we cannot actually give away for biosafety reasons, for instance for legal reasons. And of course many animals are killed after the experiments for organ removal or blood sampling, and these animals can of course not be passed on. But when animals are young and not genetically modified, then we try to place them. This rehoming project for laboratory rats has been running since 2018. Together with the Swiss Club of Rat Friends, over 200 rats have been placed with private individuals so far. The reaction from employees has been positive across the board. The animal care staff and veterinarians or researchers who work very closely with the animals are very happy that they can give them a second life after experiments. They are picked up by Judith Bernecker from the Club of Rat Friends, a section of the Swiss Animal Protection Organization SAP. Her home serves as a stopover before the rats are passed on to suitable people. First, they learn to get used to a life outside their laboratory cages. That means more space, a different cage design and structure. They also need to develop their defenses, ramp up the immune system. They have to learn about different food. Instead of pellets, as was previously the case, they are given grain food, and they have to get to know people and ambient sounds, as well as smells of the environment. Unfamiliar, threatening sounds like this sewing machine. The males have to be castrated before they can be rehomed. In the meantime, Senta and Manuel Joner are preparing their rat pens for the newcomers. We think it's a good thing if one can save their lives and not support pet shops and breeders. It doesn't take long and the three have inspected their new 3-story home. They don't show behavioral disorders. They are bred to be tame, so that they can put up with quite a bit of research. They don't bite, they can be petted. They are very interested and also quickly build up a bond among themselves and also with people. Because the project in the collaboration between the laboratory and SAP got off to such a good start, efforts are now on the way to include more laboratory animals in rehoming. Swiss Animal Protection SAP would like to expand its rehoming project to include other laboratory animal species, as well as collaboration with other experimental laboratories.